This short video has been developed to support managers in adding overtime payments, additional duties and additional hours for team members when they do overtime in their usual job role or take on temporary additional duties. Upon accessing My HR Manager Self-Service, you'll be presented with the login screen. Enter your username, which will be your 8-digit payroll number, and then your unique password. Click Login to access the system. Select the Payroll menu option. A new menu will appear on the left-hand side of the screen and you will see a list of your team members. Select the team member that you want to add overtime for. The dashboard screen for that team member will be displayed. To add overtime for a member of your team, you would need to make a note of their payroll number from this screen, shown at the top left under the Personal section. At the bottom of the screen, you will see a section labelled Links. Within this area will be displayed a number of links to payroll-related actions. Select Payroll Links and then select Input Extra Hours. You will then see a list of extra hours types on the left-hand side of the screen. To add overtime for a team member doing overtime in their own role and location, you will need to select MSS Legacy Hanover Overtime. The MSS Legacy Hanover Overtime screen will then be displayed. From the Payroll drop-down, you will need to select Anchor Hanover Group in the live system. The training system is set up slightly differently and hence why the Hanover pre-April 2019 option has been selected. The payment date and date earned fields will auto-populate, although you may find you need to change these. You can change the payment date using the drop-down and then select a different date earned using the calendar function. You can check payroll cut-off dates on HNet to ensure you are selecting the right payment date. The Smart Group functionality is only used in care and therefore does not need to be completed. Enter the team member's payroll number that you noted down earlier into the Employee Payroll Number field. Click the Validate button to see the team member's name updated and their job role. This will enable you to check you have added the correct payroll number. You will now need to enter the number of hours of overtime and at what rate. The rate applicable should be checked with HR before adding the payment. If the overtime rate is at the team member's normal hourly rate, then enter the number of hours under overtime single rate. If the overtime rate was at time and a half, then enter the number of hours under overtime 1.5 rate. If the overtime was at double time, then enter the number of hours under overtime double rate. For any additional duties undertaken, enter the number of hours spent on these under additional duties. Please note that these hours should only be added when they are being undertaken for a temporary period of less than 3 months. Any duties being undertaken for a longer period will need to be changed through HR by completing the relevant forms on HNet. Further entries can be made for a different team member by scrolling across and clicking the plus button to add a record. If you are adding a payment for another team member, you will need to know their payroll number. A new blank line will appear for you to enter the relevant data. Once all the hours have been entered, you will then need to click on the tick at the far right of each row of data to validate it. Then click on the Save button. You have now successfully added overtime and additional duties for a team member. To return to the home screen, click on the iTrent logo in the top left-hand side of the screen and click Leave on the pop-up displayed. To exit the MSS system, click on the person logo in the top right-hand side of the screen and select Log Off.